answered, or he's answered that question 2 or 3 times.
I know this question.
So as I previously mentioned, we didn't do a landscape plan because there's a lot of existing vegetation along Westman Road, and it also is not specifically called out as a scenic resource by the town plan or the regional plan. In this location in particular, you can see that existing vegetation that will remain in place if this project is built. That existing vegetation is going to highly screen this project, more so probably than a landscape plan would, especially in the first 5 or 6 years. For that reason, we haven't proposed to do a simulation or to do landscape plantings for this project.
In viewpoint on page, again, in same W West dash 4, page 18, in viewpoint 17, you're pointing to, again, to a point in the field where the solar panels will be located, correct?
That's correct.
Now, do you feel this is highly visible at this point, at this location, which is this Lower Pleasant Valley Road that you've taken this image?
I believe so, yes. This is Lower Pleasant Valley Road.
And at what height is the mountain? On one side, since it's a valley in between, do you know the height on either side that you could see directly into that area? Like you have this, would you have the same vista point?
Would you be at the same elevation?
Yes.
I don't know if I can answer that specifically. This location of Lower Pleasant Valley Road might be a tad bit higher than the project in elevation than the project. It's hard to tell. I haven't looked at that specifically.
Are you aware that there are roads above that road too? Such as Cody Lane, might be Butler Lane too?
I'm sorry, what was the second one?
Cody
Yeah,
and Butler?
Butler, thanks.
I'm going to object to the introduction of new roads. The board was very clear with regard to what we're talking about. And so the characteristics of the views of the projects along Westman Road, Upper Pleasant Valley Road, Lower Pleasant Valley Road, and Irish Settlement Road.
I tried. Now, on page 19, you have a viewpoint on Lower Pleasant Valley Road, southeast of the project, correct?
What viewpoint number?
Viewpoint 18?
Yes, this looks like Lower Pleasant Valley Road, southeast of the project. And maybe mostly, I'm sorry, it would be west of the project, looking somewhat southeast towards the project.
Will the project be very visible from that locale?
The project will be visible from this location.
For how long do you perceive that the drive would be that it would be visible?
I'd have to scale that off of a map to see. I do know that there's a ridge line here that has an existing field, and we're roughly around a mile away from the project, and off to the side, roughly 45 to approaching 90 degrees. The project will be visible for maybe a half a mile. I'd have to scale that to really find out.
Do you know the name of the ridge line?
The ridge line that would be behind the view?
Correct.
I don't know the name of that ridge line.
Are you aware in the plan that was proposed by Cambridge that there are certain ridge lines that are protected?
You're going to object unless she refers to which plan she's talking about.
The Town Village of Cambridge Municipal Development Plan?
Are you implying that the views from those ridge lines are protected, or that the ridge line itself is protected to keep development from happening on that ridge line?
The view.
Okay, well, I don't know that that's necessarily what it says in the town plan. I think, so I wouldn't be aware of that as something in the town plan.
Could I have a second, please? Thank you. Both prominent ridge lines in the,
Objection,
my
Sorry,
question is that,
Before you go any further, please, if you're going to quote from the town plan, if you could just direct us to the page.
okay, that would be page 150 of the Town and Village of Cambridge Municipal Development Plan, dated October 13th, 2013, adopted October 21st, 2013. Plan expires on October 13th, 2018.
Your Honor, unless that entire town plan's been submitted in evidence or referred to in his report, Ms. Martin can't just cherry pick sections out of the town plan to read into the record as part of her cross-examination.
I object because my objection is that it is based on that there has been no scenic land that was declared by the town. And actually, there is in the plan scenic areas that have been determined of ridge lines and views that are protected by the town plan.
I'm gonna allow it to comment.
I'd ask that she provide copies of the town plan to the rest of us, with whatever section it is she's referring to.
Yes, one step ahead of me.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay.
Do you have extra copies of that with you right now?
Not page 150. But I can give somebody my copy.
I'll tell you what, why don't we've been going for about an hour and 15 minutes, I think, maybe more. Why don't we do this? I'm gonna ask if we take a 5-minute break. We'll allow the witness to step down, maybe get a glass of water. And if you want to provide some copies, I'm going to ask Ms. Elias if she might be able to make some photocopies in the department and bring those back, if that would be acceptable to all of us.
That's fine, I would just ask for slightly more than 5
Yeah,
minutes.
okay, so let's go off the record for 10 minutes and we'll take a short break.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.